Hello?
Yes, sir. We're still waiting on to get on. So we'll start in a few minutes. $33, $43. Crystal, go ahead and put the agenda up. We're getting ready to start. Staff, get ready. We're getting ready to start. So if you don't have your cameras on, please turn on your cameras so we can get going. A lot of information to give up from the agenda that we have. So we want to make sure that everybody's clear what's going on coming up for the week. I am getting ready to start the meeting. Good morning, everyone. I hope everybody had a good 4-day break over the weekend, had a good Easter with their families, or just sitting and getting their rest for the to finish out the school year. So welcome back. I think everybody did a good job of resting and coming back to work, because everybody was in a really good mood today. So I wish we had more of those days coming up, but we got to finish out the year now. So we will get ready for our agenda. First of all, I want to start off on number 1. As you know, summer school is coming up. I saw the summer school list. We have some bus drivers that apply and also some bus aides. And I just want to make sure that, I don't know if you saw the job posting by the district. So even though you just signed up, you have to submit a letter of interest on Frontline. And we got till May 20th to do that, so we can make sure who is hired, not hired, and that's all for payroll purposes. So we want to make sure that you do submit your letter of interest in the Frontline. Just as you can see, the summer position change, we're going to show you some slides. Crystal will go over it with you before we end this meeting. And so everybody will have a chance to look at the slides to get familiar with it, so you can put your letter of interest. And so just because you signed up doesn't mean that you got hired. You got to submit a letter of interest so payroll can have that for payroll purposes over the summer. Okay. Number 2, just a reminder, does everybody know tomorrow is early dismissal? So I posted the schedule on there. As you know, middle school is getting dismissed at 11:45. Elementary school is getting dismissed at 12:15, and high school at 1 o'clock. So tomorrow is another half-day early dismissal. All bus drivers and bus aid, remember that you will clock in at 11, or if you clock in a little later, 11:15. We must have you clock in tomorrow. So please put that on your schedule, and do not forget that tomorrow is early release. Also, I know the last time that we had the early dismissal, some of the buses took off a little later than usual. So we'll be out there at the parking lot tomorrow to make sure that the buses depart at 11:15, so we can be ready for the campuses to be when they release their students. Alternative school, just a reminder, I know the last time they released at 11:30, so we want to make sure that will get you out there by 11:30 tomorrow. So please don't forget, tomorrow is early release for the dismissal for all the kids tomorrow. Number 3, last week, Mr. Figueroa sent out a training session that for school and safety active shooter. You should get that on your email. If you're interested, it is being held Saturday, April 23rd at McAuliffe from 8:30 to 11:30. Just a reminder that this training is not mandatory, but it's highly recommended. If you're interested, it's open to all employees in the district. Also, there is a link to Mr. Figueroa wants you to register if you're going to register. So make sure that if you're going to go register in the link. I put out an example of the link, and Mr. Figueroa sent a district email to all district employees who are interested in showing. And also, just if you're going to go to that active shooter training, please come dressed comfortable with clothing, and the training will involve some physical movement in part of those who attend. So just a reminder, so those who are going to attend to dress comfortable on that day. And then, like I said, this training session is going to be held Saturday, April 23rd, right next to the transportation department at McAuliffe Middle School. Okay, my next agenda Just last week, when I went to the week before, I went to a central, I went to a meeting with the principals meeting that I have once a month. I was given a list by the central office personnel. I don't know if you remember in the beginning of the year, we always have all the trainings that we have to do in vector solution. And I know that some of you done the training and we had to provide the information in order to get paid. And I think the majority of you got paid already, but I have a list that a lot of you drivers show that you still have not completed all those trainings. These trainings must be completed by May 13th. So we will post a list out there. And if you look at the names, there's quite a few of you that haven't done the training. If you did, you can go into your front line and you will see if you completed it. Okay, it should say whatever, we'll give you the list of all the training that you have and remind you there was about 10 to 12 videos that you had to see, and there were different times on there that you had to go through. Some of them are pretty long, some of them pretty short, some of them we had to do them. And this list of the training that we had to do, they got to be completed. That's why Mr. De La Cruz, when we had our beginning Zoom meeting, we gave you, I think, about 2 days that had to be completed. So that way we don't go through the end of the year. So as I look at the list, Mr. De La Cruz and I have the list. There's several, everybody's names are on there because I still have one video, but that one's not due till June. So you're going to see some of your names on there of how many you have to be completed. You will see some of you will have 14, 15. Remember, we had time to complete those and some of you didn't get to you. If you're one of those employees that got hired during the year, you'll see a high number. We need to get with you so you can complete those videos by that by the due date that we have on there. Okay, any questions, come see both of us and we can get with you to see what training you had completed. Remember, you can go through your front line and it will let you know if you completed it. It will say in green, completed. If it's not, if it doesn't say completed and it's not green, that means you didn't finish out the videos that you were watching. So you got to be real careful when those videos got to be completed. The next thing on my agenda, May 13th, you might want to write this down. May 13th is a Friday. Got an email from benefits that how they usually come around at the end of the year with our benefits for the new school year starting in August. You must come and sign out, even though if you're going to add something new to your insurance or you're going to take away from insurance, if you're just going to leave it alone, you still have to come and sign a sheet so they'll know that you came in and you looked at your benefits and you signed off on it. So please put this down on your calendar. It's a Friday, May 13th. Benefits departments will be here at the transportation department for any changes that you have on your insurance. Even though you don't have no changes, you still must come by and sign off. So please put that on your calendar and they'll be here from 8 o'clock to 11 o'clock. If you doesn't make it on that day or you have a field trip and all that, remember, then you have to go wherever they're at during the day at other campuses or other departments, and we will send you with the schedule on that if you don't make it on that day. But to make it easy on everybody, if you would be prepared to come on that day and just sign off of any changes or no changes on your insurance. That is my information that I have for you. I will pass it on to Mr. De La Cruz.
All right, good morning, everybody, and welcome back. Okay, hopefully everybody had a 4-day restful break, like Mr. Tamayo said earlier. So if you look at the agenda, we have their login instructions for the TBSI training modules. We have been debating whether or not to do this face-to-face or try to get this done maybe Zoom. So we're going to try it in the, through Zoom, and I will walk you through the steps. And one of the important things is that everybody to recognize is that you need to establish a teal account, right? And we'll go through what all that means, right? And then once you have established a teal account, you will be able to enroll in the course to take the modules, right? The TBSI modules. You will be paid for 1 hour once you have submitted your certificate to the front office, either it be to Amanda, myself, or Mr. Tamao, or the supervisors, right? And we will determine at what time to set the schedule for your reimbursement for that 1 hour, right? Or for the paying of that 1 hour. So we will take care of that later because everybody's going to have a different time, right? And I don't want to set a window yet until I get feedback first from those first original people that are on the list A. But everyone is going to do this right now just to get you familiar with the process to enroll, right? So I'm going to go ahead, and I don't know if Amanda or Crystal, if one of you, if I can share, I'm going to share my screen. I don't think I see the, here it is. All right, can y'all see the screen?
Yes, sir. It's on.
All right. So this is what the TBSI stands for, the Texas Behavior Support Initiative, enrollment and login directions. Don't panic, don't get overwhelmed or anything. Right now, we're just going through a process. I want you to see the process. At some point in time, we're definitely going to, if you feel comfortable, go through the process already, give me some feedback, right? But right now, I want everyone to get this information because with the last 2 weeks, it's been crazy in terms of scheduling and what have you, right? So this is the email address or the website address that you have to get with the what you see in blue, right? It's a tier.tea.texas.gov/TBSI. You copy this and you paste it into your browser, where if you're going to do it here at school, I would, if you feel comfortable, do it on your phone, doing it on your phone, go right ahead. Some of you have that kind of comfort level where you can do this on your phone. If you don't feel comfortable, you're not there yet, then you are more than welcome to do it on a desktop or tablet of personal choice, or ultimately doing it here over there at the portables, okay? So once you copy and paste it, you're going to get this, right? And you click on this box right here, the TBSIC box, click on it. And this is all just giving you directions on what to do in terms of going to the next step, right? It's read this part right here. I won't bore you with reading everything, every little section in terms of a description, right? And I will be sharing this with everybody. So everyone's going to get this in an email form. The next thing, once you click on this box, is you're going to get this screen, all right? The Texas Behavior Support Initiative. And it says enroll. Busy. So then once you click on enroll box, right? You click on this one. I included little hints right here to help you. You're going to get the following screen, right? This is the user registration screen. You have to fill this out completely, right? With the exception of a few people in the office staff, I don't think anyone has a Teal ID account yet, right? So you fill out your first name, middle name, last name. You will need your email address. Don't use your Canvas. Don't worry about that. Use your district email address, right? Because I think as of right now, I don't think we have established within the time that I've been here, we walked through this process of establishing a Teal account. So no one should have a Teal account. Then you click on, I don't have a Teal account, right? And I'll tell you what happens after that once you click on it. The district charter will be Southwest. All you have to do is just type in SOU, and you'll see Southwest ISD. The campus, it'll be transportation. And if for whatever reason, for some of you that don't see one, you can just click on I don't have one. And then the current assignment. On this one, everyone should put other. You will see a drop down and it'll say other, because you're not going to see bus driver there. You find the positions for the campuses, right? They have pretty much everything on the campus, but they don't have titles for departments outside the campus. So make sure you put other. Once you do that, you go to register and it'll throw you into this account or this page, right? And if you look at here now, before I send this out, I'll make it a little bit better in terms of where you can see this, spot this right away, more of a bold print with the arrow, make the arrows bigger. This is the part that you will click, right, to find your teal ID. But this is right here, look at what the directions say. You can find your unique ID number on your teal profile, and you will need your ID number. But once you establish your teal profile, you will see that. If you are an educator and do not have your teal profile, follow instructions at this. So click this on to create a teal account, right? Once you do that, it's going to throw you into, and I was wondering if it didn't copy that. So there's a page before this, and I will insert it. Apparently it didn't get transferred over. So ultimately, the last page that you're going to get is to create your teal account, which is this right here. Okay. And once you do that, it's almost like this page right here. You're gonna have to fill out some information. And once you do that, you submit it, it'll give you your teal account. And after that, it will let you enroll in this here. I know it sounds confusing. It's almost like going into a loop. But before we even get here, everyone needs to register with the TEA to create a teal account. You need to get this information in first, right? And to do that, to establish it, you go here on this website or the address, and then you have to go here again. It almost sounds like, wow, it's repeating the process. And in actuality, to some extent, it does. There's different layers, I guess, for lack of a better description, and you have to get through this. Once again, for those of you who feel comfortable doing this, start doing this. I will send out later this morning, and there is a step that didn't transfer over between 5 and 6, because above this is a TEA, I think it's ESOS or that acronym. And all it's telling you is, okay, you're in the right page, go down, scroll down to the bottom, which is this page. Basically, I want to send you the top portion of this page, and I thought it had transferred, but it didn't. So once again, we're going to start from the beginning. You copy and paste this website. It's going to throw you into this. You click on this box, right? And then you click on this box, because this is the next page that it's going to send you to. Then the next page is going to open up. It's this one, the user registration. You register, you fill out everything. And the district is going to be Southwest. The campus is going to be transportation. If you don't see that for whatever reason, click I don't have one. And then on the last one, if current assignment role is other. And what I will do before I send it over, I will include this, some of the other helpful hints for these 3 right here. Okay. Don't forget to click on this box and then register, and then it'll throw you into this here. And then once you do this, it will throw you into this where you can finally create your teal account, right? And in your teal account, and I don't want to show you mine because it has a lot of personal identifiable information. So you want to make sure you are careful with this, because this is your profile and this is through TEA. So when you're opening up an account with TEA, that's pretty confidential stuff there, right? If you have other like campus certifications or what have you, some of it will be there. What trainings have you taken with TEA or other information, right? So you want to be careful with that. I know this is a lot. It's only a couple of slides, but the process seems like it's a lot. Once again, right? It's get familiar with it, because we have to do this individually, because at the end, when you're done with the course, you will print out or email the certificate to me, right? Or if you print it out, you can bring it up to the front office, turn it in. We will not go to the next step until we finish the modules. And eventually what you're going to be doing is taking the modules. And the reason why you're going to get paid for an hour, the registration process is on your own. of doing the modules, that'll be about an hour, 45 minutes to maybe an hour, depending on, and after every module, you take a quiz, or yeah, they're quizzes, that's what they're called, right? If you do not get them correct, it gives you an opportunity to go back and retake the quiz, right? And because it wants you to make sure, and they're not difficult. They are not, this test is not designed to fail everybody, right? It wants you to be successful, but it will require you to remember. And the best thing about remembering the information on these modules, you can hear them as well as read them, right? There's audio to it, so that's a big plus. So you don't necessarily have to be watching it, but you can be hearing it, or you can do both. You can be listening and reading while you're going through the modules. Some of you can just, you're great learners by just listening. Others just by reading, looking. And others, you need both. You know, everyone learns differently. So whatever method you choose, it's up to you. So long as you complete the quizzes, each module, and you print the certificate, bring it in, so that once we get and there will be an ultimate deadline. You know, we don't want to finish May 20th. You know, that defeats the whole purpose. This shouldn't take more than a couple of days, but we want to get everybody familiar with creating your Teal account, because we cannot move forward until we get all that group, that first group, group 1, to get their Teal accounts established. And once I sent out the presentation through the email, district email, start trying to log in and keep me posted. You know, let me know by tomorrow or the day after, and we can gauge how that's going. We need to come back, we will. There's nothing wrong with doing that. And that's pretty much it with me, Bishop Tamayo. I'm gonna go ahead and stop sharing. And we're back to whoever's next.
Crystal's gonna go over the front line. Those of you who are gonna do summer school, everybody should be familiar with Frontline, but Crystal is just gonna go over. There's about 10 slides, 12 slides. So she's gonna kind of brief you where to go to turn in the letter of interest for the bus drivers and bus aides for summer school. And if you have any questions, you can let us know when you come in today, later on, or tomorrow. Okay, Crystal, go ahead, it's yours.
All right, so I'm just gonna go quickly through it. It's a refresher of it's the same thing. So you're gonna go on to your front line, the actual employee service center, not the part where you clock in, but the other part, the employee service center. There's several ways to go through it. This one gives you the way to get through it from the website. So come down to employee service center. This is of course what the front line looks like. We all know how to do that, the login. You're gonna get that text message to confirm so that you can get actual into the frontline for you. So that's all that's saying. Once you get into frontline, what you're gonna be looking for is on your menu page, the My Employee Employment Records. Under that one is the employment transfer request. That's gonna get you to this listing of all the job categories. I know I'm going through this really quickly. I had emailed it to everybody about a week ago, but I will re-email the directions again. You go down, of course, to transportation. And then now you'll be able to see the actual summer school description, the actual summer school positions. This is where you'll click and save changes. And then the OK box will, the notice of to continue, you'll click the OK and the continue, and that's it. It's really super simple. Just remember you're going to the frontline employee service center, going under employee records. Under employee records and the employee transfer requests. If you have any questions or problems, feel free to ask us.
Sure.
And that's all for me.
Okay, all right, okay.
Mr. Tamayo.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, we need to just give a reminder on bus drivers evaluations and bus aids. So I just wanted to let them know that we are going to be starting evaluations today. And I don't know if you already saw the board. If your name is on the board, please come in 15 minutes before your clock-in time so we could go ahead and start doing evaluations. And just make sure that you look for your name. It could be after the run or it could be before the run. Okay, so just look at the board and we'll give you a note there saying 15 minutes before or after the run. And also we want you to make sure that you see when your evaluation is going to be and who you will be getting evaluated by. Okay, I think Gracie needed to talk about something else. That's all for me.
Thank you, Sonia. Yes, I just wanted to go over a situation that I came across last week on, got a phone call from a parent and a very irate parent. And I just wanted to share with you what the issue was, which we didn't have a foot to stand on because again, we hadn't informed y'all about it and we needed to let you know. And let me just tell you what the call was about. The call was, the parent was very upset. He was ready to go to the media. He was ready to go to the superintendent. He was ready to go to anybody who would listen to him. And of course I heard him out. I, calmed him down. And at the end, we had a real good conversation and I could completely understand why his frustration and his angerment was. The thing is that we have our regular drivers that have regular routes. And then this mainly takes place in the afternoon. But we have drivers that do their regular route. And then we have drivers that help out in the afternoon. We have these kids, these students that are still at the school and we put them on different buses to take them home. Those are the ones I'm really focusing on. Why? Because these kids that get put on your bus, you sometimes don't know who they are or where they live or their names. So again, the proper way of delivering these children is that if they put them on your bus and they belong to another area, please do not drop them off in the area that you're dropping off. Ask the students, hey, where do you live? If you have never gone into the area where you're going to drop them off, call it in, get a bus, get a name from the student, get an address, call it in so that we can let you know where to go drop them off. We'll give you the corner of the drop off. The parent was very upset because we had a driver drop off students in a whole different subdivision, nowhere near where his daughter lived. This is a girl, and we are all parents, so we know, and we need to make sure that we drop them off at the nearest corner to their home. With all this human trafficking going on, with all of these kidnaps, with all of these lost children, we don't want to make the headlines. We want to make sure that we drop off these students where they are supposed to be dropped off. That is part of the expectation. We need to take that minute, that extra time. Everybody's getting paid by the minute. So make sure that when we add a group of kids to your route, let's make sure that we drop them off to the nearest corner of their home. Make sure that you're dropping them off. Don't come to a corner and, oh, this is the end of my route here, everybody get off. No. We don't need to be doing that because that all comes back to us. We need to make sure that we drop them off at an appropriate bus stop. And if they're not sure, or if you're not sure, you call it in and then we get that information to you. We need to make sure that we're doing what is expected of us and doing our job to the best of our ability. And we are here to help you to get that done. So at any given time, you don't know where these children live. Let's make sure that we get them to the proper closest bus stop to their home. If you have any comments or concerns, please put it in the chat and we will get back to you. That is all I have, Mr. Tamayo.
Okay, thank you. That is what we have for our our weekly meeting. Just a quick reminder, please don't forget tomorrow is an early dismissal. So get that schedule right for all of the drivers to come in and check in, and so we can be at our campuses at the appropriate time. Also, I forgot to bring up, don't forget June 8th, if your medical card is due, that will be the day for bus drivers for physicals. Okay, so we are 6 weeks away for the physicals. So I'm asking you to please be cautious with your medicine, the stuff that you need to have all that available on the June the 8th, which is a Wednesday, and we will probably start the physicals at 7 in the morning until we get everybody done till almost 1 o'clock. So just want to remind you that it is the end of the meeting, and I wish everybody a good day, and we shall see you this afternoon. Thank you and have a good day.